Hello, this is Nathan from TechPackage, and today we will be reviewing ShareX. To get ShareX for your Windows computer, you're going to go to getsharex.com and then click the download button, and this will download the latest version and you install it on your PC, and then you're all set to go. We have the Capture panel, the Upload panel, the Workflows panel, the Tools panel, the After Capture Tasks panel, the After Upload Tasks panel, the Destination panel, Task Settings, Application Settings, Hotkey Settings, Screenshot Folder, History, Image History, News, the Debug Panel, Donate, and About. So now I'm going to introduce you to the Capture panel. So the first thing in the capture panel is the full screen. Now the full screen capture is going to take a picture of the whole entire screen. And right here we see our whole entire screen right here. Now if you want to take a picture of a specific window, such as the ShareX we have open, we click that and then it will show us picture of the program. Now if you want to see the program bigger, you can click on this and it will show you it in full screen. Now the next capture we have is the monitor capture, and if we have different monitors connected to one computer, then you click it and it will take a picture of that monitor. Now this is going to be the same as the full screen one because I have one monitor. Now for the region capture, we click that and it's going to show us a bunch of tools on the top. I'm going to explain all of these. So this is the region rectangle tool. If we drag out, it will take a snapshot of this thing, snapshot of a certain area drawn into a rectangle. Now, if we take a screenshot, it will show us in a rectangle. Now if we go back to region and we do ellipse, we can take a circle or an oval. We can stretch it out proportionally by clicking the shift key. And then we can take a picture of this circle and it would look like this. Now let's go on to the Freehand Region tool, and that we draw an area and then it will automatically capture it. There's also a box around it that will show us the width and height of our selection. And here we go, this is our selection. Now for the annotation tools that we have our drawing rectangle tool. Just going to draw a rectangle. We can also drag it around, customize it. And we have our border color, can change that. Our fill color, can also change that. Our border size in our shape options, and our corner radius in our shape options, and our drop shadow in our shape options. We can also undo, we can paste it, we can delete it, delete all, send, bring to front, bring forward, send backwards, and to back. Now I'm going to use our Ellipse tool, which is, this is R in your keyboard and this is E on your keyboard. So if we drag, we can do proportionally by the shift key, and this will put in a circle that we can drag. Now if you notice that I can't select this rectangle, is that I'm not on the same drawing rectangle tool. So if I go back to rectangle tool, I can select this but not this. So I have to be on the same tool to select it. Now for the freehand tool, we have all the options above: border color, our border color, shape options, our border size, drop shadow, and we don't have our fill options. So if we draw a nice line, and so that's for the freehand tool. Now for a line tool, we can drag. We have the same options, and we don't have the fill options. And we can customize it by 3 points. We can also drag in and out to curve it. So now after that, well, that is L and our freehand is F. So now we go to our arrow tool. So drag out. We can also customize to add arrows on both ends in our main border size and border color. So if we drag this point, we can make a curved arrow curving across something, and both of these points customize it. Now our drawing text outline tool, and this was A, so drawing text outline tool is O. And we can type something in, such as hello. And I'll just copy that for our other tools. We have our Arial font, we have our size, we have our color, gradient, bold, italic, underline, and our horizontal alignment and vertical alignment. We can change that and that. So we click OK, and it gives us a box. We can stretch it out. We can stretch it into a box, and we can also double click on it to edit it again. Now that's O on our keyboard. Now the next tool is T on our keyboard, and it's a background text. This was the text outline, this is the text background. So if you click here, you can paste that I copied from here. We have same options. We have our color options. We click OK. We also have a fill color and border color. And we have a box with hello inside it, and we can stretch it out. Now our next tool, and this one was T on my keyboard. So our next tool is our speech balloon tool, which is S on our keyboard. So the speech balloon tool, drag and click, put in our text, same options as before, and our fill color and border options. So we drag it to a point, and we can also configure the length, the width, the height, can configure, and can just drag it. So next we have our step tool, and this was S on our keyboard. So now the I on our keyboard, the step tool, you can click to make sequential steps. You can also click anywhere. We can also drag them if you want, and it'll always follow the last number made. And we have our fill, border, all of those options. So now we have a drawing image from a file tool. Now we click, and we select our image. I'll go with our TechPackage, which is the name of the channel, and shrink it a little bit. And this is our box, so let's place it over here. Now the next thing is our image from screen tool, and these do not have a key binding. So drawing from screen, we select an area. So we want to do Cortana, and this does not copy annotations, so be aware of that. Now if we drag it, it's not proportional, but hold the shift key and drag it out, and we have it right here. So the next tool we have is the sticker tool, which we click, and we choose a bunch of stickers that they provided us of our stickers, and we can also add a sticker pack. So let's say we want this this and we select our sticker. Now, and we also have our settings. Our next tool is our cursor tool. So if we click, it's going to have the default cursor. But if we go to shape options, we can edit the cursor type to all of these, like arrow, cursor, which is the default, or a cross. And if you want to make a hand one that's clicking it, you can do that as well. Now, the next tool is the blur tool. So you select an area and it's gonna show blur 15, which you can customize in our shape options, the radius, and then it will blur something beneath it, like we want to blur right here. Now all of these annotations appear above it, so keep that in mind. Now our Pixelate tool will pixelate all the things. As we can see, it pixelates it, and we can also set the pixel size in the shape options. Now our highlight tool will take this highlight color and it will automatically add that to the text. Now it does override the blur and the pixelate. Now that is it for the region capture tool, and if we just click, we can also make specific selections, and it'll automatically make selections. But if we select it for the whole thing, that's going to take a picture of all of this. So now if we click to our screenshot that we took from the region capture, we can see all of our annotations. Now if we go to capture the region light tool, it will take a picture but without any of the annotation features and the auto select. So we take a picture and this will be the thing. Now our region transparent tool, it does the same thing as that. The transparency tool is not going to freeze your screen while you're taking a picture. Now our last region tool is going to take a picture. Say we have a region and we took a picture of our Cortana, or the Windows logo. Now if we capture last region, it's going to take the same picture of that region. So now we have our screen recording. So if we click this, we select, we have the special select, auto select, whatever you call it. We have no annotation features, but if we want to record our thing, just move our mouse around, select some stuff, and click stop, and we can go here. We can double click it and we'll see our video. Now we can also make a GIF recording. Same thing, but this is going to take quite a bit longer to render, and it will be a GIF. So now our scrolling capture, which is going to require a web page of some sort or a really long piece of text. So let's go into Notepad, this Notepad, and let's copy a bunch of text. So there we go, and now we have a bunch of text. So now what we're going to do, we're going to create a scrolling capture of right here. So this is, we selected our window. And you can also select a custom region in window if you wanted to just record this text. But we're fine with this regular one. So So keep this checked, and what this does, and it starts the capture, selecting the capture region before you open the window, so you don't have to click this button. This is just preference and just makes it a little bit easier. So our scroll top method is for simulated home key. You can scroll through these if one doesn't work for you. Start delay. Just gonna delay how many seconds we have before it starts scrolling. And while capturing, so this thing, you'll move it to the very top if we hadn't done so already. And then our scroll method is just gonna use the mouse scroll wheel. Now, after capture, we can remove duplicate images, we can guess offsets and combine images, and then we can upload and save. Now, these are our delays, and let's start our scrolling capture. So this program, as we can see in the bar, I didn't label it very well, but we can see our bar going down. Now I'm just going to wait a bit until this finishes. Now our program has finished, and now we can see a big screenshot of our thing. Now, it didn't seem to work because it was probably confused that there was the same text over, but this is how it works. And then if we upload it or save it, we can just click that and it will be saved in our program as a capture. Now we have our Webpage Capture. So let's put in Google, for example, and then put in capture. So we'll take an image of the Google website. Now let's upload that to put it inside our browser. Now it also has the length of the page. If we click this, we see from top to bottom, we see the whole page. Now, our second to last capture is OCR Capture. So let's say we have all of this text, and then it's going to attempt to OCR all of this. Now, if we make it a little bit more readable, now we made our notepad readable, we can start our OCR again. Can select this notepad, and then it will try its best to recognize it from a image. Now, it's not 100% accurate, like I didn't have this L after my notepad, but this is probably because of the cursor, that when we took a picture there was a cursor there, so we can just delete it, and we can copy this result. We can also open it in Google Translate. So our final capture is our auto capture. So we select our region, this is our thing, and we're gonna repeat it for every 30 seconds, and we're gonna create a capture. So if we click start, it's going to keep on creating it every single 60 seconds. Now I don't want to do that, so we can also click stop. So as we see, it made an image just like that. So now we have an option to show our cursor in the screenshots, and it's right there. So if we click it, it will show our cursor, and we unclick it, it won't show our cursor. Now I'm going to be showing you the upload panel. Now if you want to use the ShareX uploader, which you have to configure, you click upload file. You can upload a file, you can upload a folder, you can upload from Clipboard, you can upload text, you can upload from URL, you can drag and drop upload, and you can shorten your URL. But to configure our upload thing, we have to go to destinations, set our image uploader, text loader, file uploader, URL shortener, URL sharing service. We go into destination settings, which should pop up with all of our uploaders. So let's say we want to go to Imgur. Now we can also allow it as a user and we do our authorization, but I just want to stay anonymously. And now if we go to our image, let's take a new capture, move a region. We'll have our rectangle. Just take a quick snap of that. We do upload. And since it's uploading the image, we go upload. And it is being has a Imgur URL. We can also double click it. And it will show it as a image. Now, you can also configure other uploaders in our destination settings. So just like Imgur, you go to your user account and authorize it. And some other things might have a different one, like our FTP settings, and you configure it like that. Now for our workflow panel, we can change our hotkeys. So if we go to our hotkey settings, which we can go to here by either clicking hotkey setting or going through workflows and click, you can add workflows from hotkey settings. We can change the capture region setting, a print screen, and to configure this you click here and you select our hotkey. You can also add one by have a bunch of like tasks such as screen capture, capture entire screen, and to do that we just add a hotkey. So that's the hotkeys. Now ShareX comes built in with a bunch of tools, useful tools. We have a color picker, can pick a color, RGB, use saturation brightness, and we can copy our all hexadecimal RGB and all of that things. Now if we go to tools again, we get a screen color picker. Like I want to choose this red that I took, and if we go there, it will tell us right here, this is what we did from our color picker. You can also click here and we can copy everything. Now we have an image editor, which is the own image editor. We can load an image from Clipboard. We can make an image by taking our region capture, and this automatically gonna go to our Clipboard. So we're gonna go to our image editor from Clipboard. It has most of the same tools that I described on region capture, but it's after our screenshot, or you can take a different image and add annotations to it. Now another tool is our image effects tool, which we can select our TechPackage image, and we can add a watermark, or we can add manipulations, adjustments, filters, and drawings. So another thing that we have is a hash check, and we can check that a file has the same hash as we were supposed to download. Now we have a DNS changer, which I do not want to do, and it will change our DNS. It's a QR code encoder. Let's say we want to encode hello, it will give us our QR code. Now, a different tool that we have is our ruler. You can click here and it will turn it into a ruler. Of course, it will tell us in this little box that we have our width, height, distance, angle, and we can also customize it like that. Now, another tool that we have is our dictionary directory indexer, which will give us all of our, let's say we have our image folder, and it will give us a little nice image with the size, the files, and all of our files, and we can upload it. Now we have an image thumbnailer, which if we add let's go back to our TechPackage one, we can generate a thumbnail for that image. Now we go to video thumbnailer, which is the same thing. We can combine, we can take a screenshot or have our image, and then it'll create a thumbnail. Now we have a FTP client. Okay, so another tool that we have is our tweet message. So we can add a Twitter account to our destination settings, which are right here, and it will post a tweet. It will give us a box and it will post a tweet. We can also do a monitor test, which for our colors, and screen tiering test. So you can do all of that. Now that is the end of the tools panel. Now I'm going to show to you the after capture tasks. So we can select any of these, our quick task menu, our after capture window, our image effects / watermark, or we can open an image editor. We can copy the image to Clipboard, we can print the image, we can save the image to file. We can save the image to file as, which is going to ask us for a dialog. We can save thumbnail image to file. We can perform command line actions. We can copy file to Clipboard. We can copy the file path to Clipboard. We can show the file in Explorer. We can scan the QR code. We can recognize text OCR. We can show before upload window. We can upload image to host, and we can delete the file locally. So after upload tasks, we can show that after upload window, we can shorten URL, we can share URL, we can copy URL to Clipboard, we can open URL, and we can show the QR code window. Now this is going to be right after we take a picture, and this is going to be right after it uploads. Now these are the destination settings that I showed. We can select any one of these services in our destination settings. Now, this is our task settings. So if we click this, we can open our task settings. So in the general of our task settings, we can play a sound after capture is made. We can play a sound after task is completed. We can show a toast notification with preview, which is the image right here in the corner of your screen. We have that image of the screenshot. Now in our image settings, we can change the image format, we can change the bit depth, the quality of the JPEG, the GIF quality, the maximum file kilobyte, and if the file exists, we can ask what to do. Now in the image effects configuration, which is the image effects, we can configure the effect that we will have for all of our images, that if we decide to add that image effect, which in this case is a little watermark that has the GetShareX.com. Now in our thumbnail settings, we can change the width and the height and the thumbnail name. We can also select the option to create the thumbnail only if the image size is bigger than the thumbnail size. Now in our capture panel, we can show our cursor and screenshots, which we can also change in the capture dialog panel. Now we can capture a window with transparency. We can capture a window with shadow. This requires transparency, so you can turn it off if we select that. Now the shadow offset. And we can capture the client area when doing window or active window capture. We can have a screenshot delay. And when doing the window capture, if the window intersects with the taskbar, then hide the taskbar. And we can pre-configure a region. In the region capture, we can use a multi-region mode, which is going to allow us to have more than one region selected at one time in one image. Now we can select the mouse right click action, the middle click action, the mouse 4-click action, and the mouse 5-click action, and these may be different according to your mouse. Now we can also set it to detect control regions, detect the window region, and allow cursor hover capture. We can detect the controls regions inside windows. We can dim the background so selection can be differentiated, and this makes it slower. Use custom info text near cursor. And it tells you the size region will snap when holding Alt key, and we can add another region size to that. Now we can show the position and size info. We can show our magnifier near the cursor, which is a circle thing that can make it easy to precisely create screenshots. We can have a square shape magnifier, and this we can change the pixel count of the magnifier and the pixel size of the magnifier. We can show a screen wide crosshair, and our fixed size region mode, we can show our FPS in top left corner. Now in our screen recorder settings, we can go to screen recording options, which we have the FFmpeg path, or we can download it. ShareX will automatically download it. We have our screen capture, virtual audio capture. We can also, ShareX will automatically install these recording devices. We can set up our codec, video codec, audio codec, a bunch of CRF settings, presets, and we can add additional command line arguments. Now, in here, we can set our screen recording FPS. We can set our GIF FPS. We can show a cursor in recording. We can start a recording after these seconds, which is the delay. Can set a fixed duration, and we can run a CLI afterwards, and we can ask for confirmation when aborting. Now in the upload settings, which is going to send me to the file naming, if I click that, we have a name pattern which you can customize presets here. And like if you look at my name pattern, we have the year, month, day, random adjective, and random number. It's the same for the window capture. We can set different for the capture, clipboard upload, and the window capture. So we can set, if we close this, we can use the window name pattern for region capture. And ShareX will try to detect window behind selection. And we can use the name pattern for file uploads instead of actual file name. And we can replace characters, problematic, and URL by underscores when uploading. You can use a custom time zone. Now this time zone is what your computer time is like, so it's synced to your computer unless you customize the time zone. In our clipboard uploading settings, as we can select if a clipboard contains a file URL, then download it and upload. If clipboard contains a URL, then use a URL shortener. If clipboard contains a URL, then share it using URL sharing service. If clipboard contains a folder path, then index that folder and upload the index. Now our uploader filters, we can select our uploader. We can add our PNG filter, and we can add a extension filter. So in the actions panel, we can select which program we can use for the if we have a PNG, we can use MS Paint, and we can edit, duplicate, and remove them as well. Now watch folders is we have a specific so we can choose a specific folder, and if we add images to it, it's going to automatically upload them. We add it and we enter the folder path. We can also add a filter, and we can also add subdirectories. Now the tool settings, we can set the screen color picker format, which is RGB. And our advanced settings, which I'm not going to go through, but we have a bunch of settings that you can scroll through and select advanced things. Now I'm going to go to the application settings. So in the general page of the application settings, we can change our language, and there's a bunch of languages to choose from. Automatic is going to choose your system language. We can show our tray icon. We can minimize the tray on start. We can show progress in tray icon. We can show progress in taskbar button. We can remember the main window position, and we can remember the main window size. Now the tray icon, if we left click on it, we can capture region. If we double left click on it, we can open a main window, and we can capture entire screen. Now if we want to edit our quick task menu, which is gonna be, we can save, upload, copy, and we can add tasks, and we can remove tasks. That's gonna be in the tray. Now, if we check for pre-release updates, so if we install a dev build, then the source code is compiled right as they wrote it, and it might be unstable. So now in our integration panel, we can run ShareX when Windows starts. We can show our upload with ShareX button in the context menu. We can show edit with ShareX button in the context menu. We can show ShareX and send to menu. We can install Chrome extension and a Firefox add-on. Now in our path settings, we can change our personal folder, and you can reopen ShareX. You have to restart the program for these to take effect. You can have a custom screenshots folder and our folder pattern, which is year and the month, and we have all of these, year and the month. Now in the export and import settings, we can export our settings, import our settings, or reset our settings. Now in our upload panel, in our application settings, we can have an upload minute simultaneously and our buffer size. In our results, we can add a clipboard content format. We have a bunch of variables, and then this will be the results. So we can add a number to times retry if our upload fails, and we can add a secondary uploader. Now in our history history settings, we can save tasks to history, and can only save if URL is not empty. Now in recent tasks, we can save recent tasks, the maximum number of tasks to save, and we can show recent tasks in main menu on startup. We can show recent tasks in tray menu, and in tray menu we show most recent tasks first. Now in our print settings, we can go to our image print settings. We have a margin, we can auto rotate it, auto scale it. We can allow our image to enlarge. We can center the image position. We have a preview and print button. Now we can also don't show the image print settings dialog and don't show Windows print dialog. Now in our proxy settings, we can add a proxy, host, username, password. Now in our advanced settings, we have a bunch of advanced settings that you can configure. Now that is the end of the application settings. I deleted all of these so we can take a tour of the history settings. Now these 3 things are the pictures that I took recently that I just deleted, and they are here. And if we have a URL, it is here. We can also have a date filter, file name filter, type filter, host filter, and we can apply or remove our filters. Now we have our image history, which will show us all of our image that we have, but it will show it in a box, and it will only be for images. Thumbnail size and our view mode. Now we have our news, all of these news, and our debug panel, which I'm not going to go over, but we have our log, image upload, and test, all of these text, file, URL shortening, and URL sharing. We can donate, which is a little cool animation. If we click on it, it's going to redirect us to the web page. Now if we click about, and if we click on our cool ShareX button, we can have a little bit cool animation. And that was a little secret thing that they added into the program. If you triple click on this, it's going to bounce around in your web page, which is pretty cool. But here we have all our credits and the license and licenses. And we can also close our window. So if we click our screenshots folder, we're going to have images that we took. This is it for the ShareX program. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.